and welcome back to Car Rides with Katie. As usual, we got the cats in the background, so ignore as they run around. Back to the usual car rides. Today we're going to do just a usual one where we are going to be in Ohio and we are checking out brand safety. With school starting and all these things still going on, I mean, we're still in a reality that people are being hyper cautious and we have some new brand standards to check in on. So I'm going to be taking a look out for those in 3 stores in Ohio, and I will update you guys as we go on the road. So join me in the car and let's go ahead and get started and see how we're doing with brand safety. Hi guys, so we are back in the car and I just finished getting 3 sandwiches from Ohio. We're gonna scoot and boogie through this and talk about some wins and some overall opportunities. So wins for store number 1. Store number 1, I really felt like I got in and out very quickly. The outside signage to your store was actually very nice, and it directed me, since this particular location had certain doors that were not open to the public, so there was a way that you had to go. Felt like I got there pretty good. And overall, there was definitely a focus on sandwich making, and all of these stores that I'm going to talk about, I was there from, noon to 12:45 for these 3 stores. So store number 1 right at noon, that was really good. An opportunity was definitely making sure that the small things, when your guests are only going to be in there for a couple of minutes, they might not always catch you doing that hourly cleaning. But it also means that the small things matter. So making sure that the signs that you print off that tell people, we're following the guidelines for masks and stuff like that, making sure those are still nice and intact and not falling off. There were even some examples of this store being out of an item and it was like printed and slapped on the menu board in a way that was not, it's fine that there is an item that is not available. I just think that the way that we tell our customers or show our customers has to be thought out about that too. So just be aware of those things and how those little things can kind of change the perception of how a store is run or how clean it is, even if it's not exactly about the cleaning. So store number 2, your wins. You took the cake for feeling safe and trusted. I really felt like when I walked into the store, people were following the delineated social distancing, which I really appreciated. There were also plexiglass shields over the bane. Everybody was masked. There were 3 sandwich artists. It was a peak point, which means there were about 7 or 8 people kind of rotating in or out. Someone even, and obviously like we don't all have control over this, but I was super impressed. A woman knew that she couldn't fit by the X's inside the store and she was waiting outside until the next person came through. So I think by having clear communication to our guests of, hey, this is where you stand. These are tables that unfortunately you can't sit at because this particular location did not have their dining room open. Those kinds of things lead to the guests not feeling confused during this time, because I think we all know there's a lot of, we're all like, where do we go? What do we do? And so much of it's just about providing information. So you guys did a great job, and it was in a way that like it did not take a lot of brain power for me to think through, because some of these social distancing measures feel like they take a lot of brain power to think through. An opportunity for you all was essentially, there was one sign at your front that was a little bit crooked, and it could have been a fluke, but when I saw it, I was like, oh no, here we go, because that was definitely store number 1's opportunity, was to have that POP straightened and looking well. And so I was like, oh gosh, it's another, all these signs are just getting screwed up. And when I walked in, it was all beautiful, but just making sure that front of the store presentation is gorgeous too always helps. It's always that first impression on the guest. So store number 3, you take the cake for being the absolute best at customer service. Not only, this was another store that was very busy. I was in there during the peak lunch rush. There was some seating available in the seating. There were some people eating in, but I felt like we were distanced really well within there, especially for the kind of space that we were in. I was greeted right away. Everyone was super chipper. Actually, I was getting just veggie delights today, and I was like, they were joking around with me, and they were like, oh, they thought I said onions, and I was like, oh no, I said pickles, and the lady was like, ha ha ha, just seeing if you're paying attention. It was just really fluid. It felt like I was coming into an environment where the team really got along, and I really appreciated that. There were, again, 3 workers, so there was someone who was working at the beginning, there was someone working through the meats post toaster, and then there was someone taking the cash register. So, and that was really nice. I felt very good about that. There were little things, but again, I think I was impressed that I was able to kind of look over or gloss over, like, maybe the rugs being a little dirty or something like that, which right now people feel very particular about cleanliness. Let's just put it out there. People want clean. They always have wanted clean. They especially want clean now. But because of how great your customer service was, I was so focused on just feeling good and feeling taken care of, and not over the top and not talk to death about my day or my favorite sandwich or anything like that. Just very much so like kind of wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Okay, so anyway, store number 3, your customer service made it so even though you were in the heart of rush, and it was something that if I was going to be a picky customer about cleaning, there were things I could nitpick, because you were so kind and you were so like absolutely immersed in the work, I didn't honestly, like, I didn't even think about it. And afterwards I was like, and it was still a very clean store, mind you. Like, this store was clearly well put together and clearly well ran. Overall, I think our opportunities, as I said, is making sure that those signs that we've been printing out to tell our guests to remind them to wear masks, to remind them about social distancing, make sure that they are printed out on nice paper. I think a best practice I saw was a lot of stores, store number 2 and store number 3 had these laminated so they were easy to clean. Another thing that you can look at doing is getting like almost pocket protectors that are super cheap, and I'm sure they're around because of the start of school, that can be easily cleaned and then protect that piece of paper inside. Make sure that all of this signage and all this stuff looks nice too, presents itself well. It just helps the guest feel like they're walking into a clean and good experience. The other thing too, just as a reminder, because I did see it a couple times today, masks. Masks must also cover your nose. So we got to make sure that we are doing that. But the true wins of the day were excellent customer service and a very clear understanding of what I as a guest need to do to not only keep myself safe, but also be aware and keep you all safe too. So thanks for joining me on this Car Rides with Katie. I look forward to seeing you guys next time, and we'll kind of be checking out, who knows? I don't know what we're actually going to be checking out, but I'll keep you guys updated with that. Anyway, have a great rest of your day, and thanks for checking in. Remember to like and subscribe and join the Car Rides crew. I'll see you guys in October.